Okay, hi guys. Today we're actually going to be talking about why the Oscars are woke. Now, this is what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of the things on our TV, on our mainstream, on our culture, on our movies, on our TV shows, our music, everything is foiled, infiltrated, and perpetrating a narrative to actually make you think a certain way. It's making you seem it's making it seem in general, movies, TV shows, artists, is making it seem like they're just, oh, they're nonpartisan and I'm just like you. Oh, I'm just an artist. I'm just like you guys. You know, during COVID, you guys go out and, go stay in your home. And, I didn't even notice that I had a tennis court in my house. I didn't even notice I had a pool on my property. Oh, guys, can't you relate to me? No, nobody can relate to these people. They think that they're relatable. They're not relatable until you're actually on the upper class of the creme de la creme of the people, the 1%. Then you relate to them. But the majority of the time, you do not relate to these actors. You don't relate to these artists when they say these certain things, these statement bullet points that they're made to say because of the fact that they're in the positions that they are in. And sometimes, most of the time, I should say, they're told to say certain things because they're either blackmailed to say stuff, just like in the P. Diddy situation, which we are not going to talk about because of certain reasons, because people died for talking about it. Or if you are actually trying to get to a higher position. But if you're a conservative actor like Gina Carano, you're ousted, you're fired, you're disciplined, you're put off to the side, you're ostracized. That's exactly what they do to you if you're opposition to the Hollywood elites. You can tell right away what side the Oscars were on, starting with Jimmy Kimmel reading a Trump Truth Social tweet from Trump. And Trump was talking about how bad Jimmy Kimmel was as a comedian, and he's really a bad comedian. And he's right. This is the clip here.
I was just, this doing this show is not about me, and I appreciate you having me. Is really about you and Emma and all these great actors and actresses and filmmakers. But I was told we have like an extra minute, and I'm really proud of something. I was wondering if I could share it with you. I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos. He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous. Blah, blah, blah. Make America great again.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that they're laughing because it's true. That's why they're laughing.
See if you can guess which former president just posted that on Truth. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still. Isn't it past your jail time?
Yeah, but see, these aren't even laughs. Like at the one quote unquote joke you are supposed to say, it's clapping. Whoa, clap, clap, because this is the Hollywood elite right here. You have the swamp itself, where the swamp actually gets its information from. These are the people that you have right here. And they're not even laughing at the joke, they're cheering at the joke. That's what you're looking for as a comedian now. You're looking as clap little brownie points from the Hollywood elite. No, what you should be looking for are laughs. And that was not funny. It really didn't even stick to the people that is meant to stick to. It's more of a clapping. It's more of applause. And woo, get him. Whoa, it's past your jail time. Crickets, crickets, crickets. It's not funny because they know, or even these people may know. I don't know if they're so delusioned, but they even should be able to tell, I mean, if you use common sense, that all of these things that Trump is on, 91 charges, are all political. If it was Hillary Clinton, if it was anybody else, they would not have all these prosecutions because they're highly political. Just like the New York court case where he had to pay E. Carroll hundreds of millions of dollars. That's a political case. The only reason why it happened was because it was a New York grand jury that did not like Trump. Just like how Trump had to pay $358 million to the state of New York for quote unquote business fraud. That's a political charge. And all of these charges carry its individual incidents. And that's why it adds up. To go through the Oscars is a little bit while longer. Through the Oscars, John Cena actually appeared on stage naked for some reason. I don't know why he wanted to do this. And he was holding the award over his private area.
Costumes. They are so important.
Yeah, so then he continues, oh, the costumes are so important. Here's the costumes awards. And then Jimmy Kimmel comes up and says, oh, yep, these are the segments for the costumes. Whoa. So this was actually more funny than what Jimmy Kimmel actually did. Like I said, Jimmy Kimmel is not funny, and the whole entire show is woke as hell too. If you actually look on their website, you can actually see that there was a behind the scenes effort to actually elevate and make sure that there was at least one lead actors or significant supporting actors from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. Asian, Hispanic / Latinx, Black / African American, Indigenous / Native American / Alaskan narrative, Middle Eastern / North African, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, other underrepresented race or ethnicity. Then, General Assembly cast. At least 30% of all actors in secondary or more minor roles are at least two of the following underrepresented groups: woman, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQRSTVWXYZ, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. Main storyline / subject matter. The main storyline's theme or narrative of the film is centered on the underrepresented groups: woman, racial or ethnic group, or LGBTQRSTVWXYZ. People with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. So these are the backgrounds for the Oscars. These are exactly the criteria to actually fit into the Oscars. And if you did not fit this, then you are ostracized at the Oscars and you were not invited. That's disgusting. What it should be is if you have talent, you're invited to the Oscars. That's what it should be on talent alone. If you cannot get into the positions that you are without talent, then this is a clearly racist motive, because now you're choosing one person over the other purely based on skin color alone. That's DEI in the workings. And now you can see right here exactly why they wanted to invite these certain people and the narrative that they wanted to push at the Grammys. This is an interview right here.
Explain everyone what brings you to the Oscars tonight.
We're here for Poor Things. That's why we want to look. You know, we've got these cool outfits. A bunch of us are wearing these Artists for Ceasefire pins. We're calling for immediate.
Yeah, tell me about the pin.
Yeah, we're calling for immediate, permanent ceasefire in Gaza. We're calling for peace and justice, lasting justice for the people of Palestine. And I think it's a universal message of just let's stop killing kids.
Okay, so right there. Okay, so here's the statement that I'm going to say right here. The thing is, who are you going to have a ceasefire with? That's going to be Hamas in Gaza, right? The Palestinians in Gaza. I'll have you know that so far since October 8th, or October 7th, I should say, there has been at least 5 ceasefire arrangements that Israel has set up for Hamas. Hamas has rejected every single one. You cannot have a ceasefire if both people do not agree to a ceasefire. Israel agreed to a 5-week ceasefire. They wanted to start rebuilding Hamas, or help Hamas start rebuilding Gaza if they got all of their hostages back, which include United States citizens. Those are the hostages that Hamas still has. We cannot sit there and just forget about the hostages that are still in Hamas's hands. They did not hand over the hostages yet because there's still at least 40 people still in captivity in Gaza. Never mind all the other countless people that have been killed since they captured originally 280 hostages on October 7th. Never mind all of the people that they were just going around on their trucks and raping. Never mind all of the people that they were just celebrating, killing on the back of their trucks on October 7th, and October 8th, and October 9th. And I'll have you know that on October 5th, 6th, and on the 4th, there was a ceasefire agreement. Hamas violated the ceasefire agreement after they slaughtered, raped, and killed 1,200 Israeli citizens on October 7th. That's exactly what happened. War is ugly, and Hamas started the war. Hamas hides within their citizens in their own buildings, in their citizens don't know what's actually going on because Hamas hides the information that Israel is giving their citizens to leave. Who's responsible? Who is the responsible governing party of their people? It's the government that rules over the land. If the United States knows that there's a war going on, then they have the responsibility to tell their own people to leave. Not only is Israel going above and beyond by sending millions and millions of SMS, millions and millions of phone calls, millions and millions of paper slips falling out of the sky, alerting people of exactly where to go to not get killed. Not only do they all do this, but they also go foot by foot, door to door, telling people, leave, leave. And this gets their military killed. If they wanted to quote unquote do a genocide in Gaza, then the whole entire population of Gaza would be wiped out. That's not true. All of these videos that you're seeing, it's all manipulation tactics released by Hamas. Why the hell would you trust Hamas, a governing body that has no motive to tell the truth whatsoever, because this is a war that they themselves started? It's so simple to tell who's telling the truth based on all of the lies and all of the facts here. So right away, as soon as something happens, Hamas knows exactly how many people died. That's not how it works in war. You wait weeks and weeks, and then you say, okay, you research it. Just on that alone, Israel took 3 weeks to find out exactly how many people died on October 7th. That's with our modern medicine, our modern hospitals, our modern technology to help them. Not only are they doing all of this verification process to make sure how many people actually died on that day, but also at the same exact time, Hamas doesn't have any of that technology to make sure, so they're pulling all these numbers out of thin air. Even Hamas does not even say that many people, or however many people the mainstream media is saying that actually got killed in Gaza and Hamas actually got killed in Gaza and Hamas, because it's an over-exaggeration on every single part. So with that being said, the Grammys, the Oscars, every single mainstream thing that you see for an award show is all woke as hell. They're all trying to push a certain narrative, which they have no idea what they actually want. What would a ceasefire look like? What would a peace agreement look like? Would it be pushing from the river to the sea, Palestine must be free? Because that would mean that Israel does not have the right to exist. Is that what we're actually pushing for here? That's like if Mexico was firing rockets into America, and then we fire back at Mexico, and then Mexico says, how dare you fire at us? Why would you fire at us? Because we're protecting ourselves. We need to make sure that we are a safe country after you guys started the war. So, with that being said, all of this information, all of this war is very, 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 very sad. It's war. What do you expect is going to happen? War images, war videos, war narratives that come out are very, very disturbing and very, very bad because it's war. War is not a good place. War is not a nice, fancy, rainbow-filled, loving place. No, it's full of anger. It's full of love for your country, and it's full of people thinking that they're doing good when they're actually doing bad. And that is on the people that started this war on October 7th. With that being said, we're going to end off this episode here because this is exactly why I don't watch the Grammys. Because why would I be sitting here trying to watch something to take my mind off of stuff, and then you get constantly reminded and howled and hounded for something that I could just have simply researched myself. I don't watch any mainstream media site. I don't watch anything on the mainstream, TV shows, movies. I don't watch any of that because I'm good. I know that they push a narrative and I'm sick of it. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And I hope they have a great rest of your day.